when we were planning for this game, we knew that AmaZulu is a possession-based team. And we expected that they would come at us. I think in the pre-match TV interview, I said that this is probably going to be our toughest game because of the mindset of the AmaZulu players in light of the position that they are on in the league. And also the mindset from our players in terms of a response to that reaction from AmaZulu. So in the first half, you could see from the lineup of AmaZulu with Ngema, with XTN, with Human and Moremi behind Kadoro. And I felt that from the start of the game, we played 4-4-2, so we played with two strikers. And I felt that we struggled to apply pressure on the ball. We wanted to apply medium pressure, so to not really get drawn out because we don't have the quickest at the back. And we were just so isolated in midfield. I felt that Antile and Aya were so isolated in central midfield. And hence, I think AmaZulu had more of a field day the first 20-30 minutes. And they scored 2 good goals. And yeah, we after those 2 goals, maybe we had a few half chances. Eva had a clear chance where at least he needs to put it on target. We had a few crosses that we missed in the box. And then second half, we felt that we needed to play on the front foot. When you're 2-0 down, you can't really be sitting and shifting. So we went on a straight 4-3-3 with 2 attacking midfielders. We took out AJ. We just felt the speed of the game was too fast for him. We took out Eva. He started every single game this season, so maybe running out of legs. And we took out Teto because he was struggling. And Zala came in. Martin came in. Craig Martin came in. And I can't remember the third one. But it looked like a positive substitution. We became more aggressive. We were able to hold on to the ball more. We applied high pressure. AmaZulu were not really able to come out the same way they did in the second half. And they could only catch us on the counter in the second half. But we struggled in the final third. With all the possession, with all the attack, I felt that we struggled in the final third to get a clear chance. The quality of our crosses from the wide areas was poor the whole game, from first half to second half. And and then bar the ugly scenes and the incident towards the end of the match, I felt we responded well after going 2-0 down, but AmaZulu took advantage of that first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the game.
Thanks, Coach. Colleagues, show your hand and introduce yourself to the coach.
Evening, Coach. Hard luck on the results today. It's Lusanda here from Soccer Doma. You mentioned AmaZulu's mentality going into this encounter. With your boys obviously falling short today, do you think it was a mentality issue more than anything, or it was just a lack of application of your instructions, if that makes sense? Thank you.
Yeah. Looking at the response of the team after we conceded and looking at the second half response, I don't think it's a mentality thing. I think we struggled with the intensity. I think the fact that we played with 2 strikers, when we played Golden Arrows during the week, one of the challenges we identified in that game was that our 2 strikers went to press together high, and what that did is created a space between them and the central midfielders. And that happened again today. And Mutrari, Ngema, they were getting the ball in that space. And then what that does, it creates doubt for your central midfielders on whether to step up or not. And when they sit, then you're absorbing. And when they step out, like the second goal, then Ngema gets the ball behind you. So I felt that we were not well coordinated in defense. And we had spoken about maybe playing with 1 striker and reinforcing the midfield. But having gotten the result that we got against Golden Arrows, we felt that let's see if they can keep the momentum going. And AmaZulu have not really been doing well defensively also. So we really wanted to put the pressure on them. But I think AmaZulu were first to put their foot on the ball. And because we did not respond well defensively in that first half, that is what caused the struggle. But in terms of mentality, we had a few chances. When we went and we pressed high, we had a few chances. And in the second half, we had control, territorial control, and maybe possession control, but not enough penetration. So not maybe a mental thing, but maybe a lack of tactical application and just a little bit slow on intensity.
Thanks, Coach. Can I take 2 questions and then we go to you, Coach, so that at least it looks fast? Because taking their times to
Maybe
respond.
coach just give us. Maybe coach just give us what happened at the end, because I saw a scuffle. Mubarak got the red card, and I saw yourself having a go at the referee there. What happened? Take us through the coach.
I was actually having a go with the assistant
Yes.
close to us. Sergio Camis commits a foul in front of the AmaZulu bench. The referee blows for the foul. There is a reaction from the AmaZulu bench. I don't know what was said by who, but whatever that reaction was, it incited Sergio. And maybe wrongfully, Sergio went to the player. I think it was Mubarak. And I didn't go that side because I didn't want to get involved. Also, I'm still limping. But I didn't want to get involved in that commotion. Then we're trying to settle the commotion. And as the players are coming back, Eva is coming back. Earlier in the game, when Eva, just before Eva got the yellow card, the assistant referee, the first official, the first assistant referee, says to I think Eva said something, that something happened in front of you, you didn't see it. And the assistant referee says to him, "You talk too much, I'm coming for you." 30 seconds later, Eva gets a yellow card. And we say to him, "You are threatening us. You cannot threaten us. If I say to a referee, I'm coming for you, I'll get sent off." I said to Tandon Zanzeka, what you are doing is wrong. Why did I say that? Igodaro, early in the game, commits a foul with his elbow on the fullback. He doesn't get a talking to, he doesn't get a yellow card. And a few other fouls happened like that. And I immediately said, we're going to get a first yellow card. But anyway, so after that commotion, Eva comes back. He's still having a go at the assistant referee. Now I'm trying to block the assistant referee. I don't know if you saw me. I'm trying to block him because he's charging at Eva. And then he says to my assistant coach, the assistant referee, he says, ask him which country he's from. This is my country. He must respect me. That's what got me refereed up. That is a xenophobic statement to make. We cannot accept and allow that in our football. We cannot. Not only in football, but in society. When we played Skubune, if you guys follow my interviews, I spoke about small holes. You know, I said if you have a balloon and you make small holes, the effect is bigger than a cup. I was talking about these small things that the officials do. Because when they accumulate, they cause more problems than a penalty. Or these yellow cards that we pick up, they affect, there's an effect on a yellow card. The player can't tackle, they can't do anything. But the conduct of referees towards benches leaves a lot to be desired for. And the sad thing is that if you say anything to them, they hold all the power. If you say anything to them, they tell you, I'll send you off now. Now, how do we deal with a situation where a match official, a FIFA-accredited match official, says to a Cameroonian player, which country are you from? This is my country, you must respect me. So that's what has really left a sour taste in all of us as Chippa United of this game. In terms of the result, AmaZulu did well in the first half. They took their chances very well. They deserved to win the game. In terms of the conduct of the officials, we are not satisfied. And I didn't want to say too many things in the post-match interview because they are so protected in South Africa. You know, there's also this referee's discretion. When you ask, why doesn't he give a yellow card to Igodoro? No, it's up to the referee's discretion. Then why do we need the laws if everything is up to the referee's discretion?
Maybe just to follow up on that, are you going to lay a charge, maybe a complaint to the league about the xenophobic? I mean, what the referee said to
Eva?
Yes, Eva, yes.
And as a club, hopefully we will. Hopefully as a club we will, but I will not stop talking about it because I have raised the warning. I used to be a referee with the Kwanele Kopo and SuperSport, and I said to the assistant, benches are going to comment. You are trained not to respond emotionally to these things. And he said to me, no, you're a referee 20 years ago. If I'm a referee, or if you are a referee, we're going to shout offside. But if you get involved in that and you keep answering back, shut up, this is my game, you are losing focus of your job and you are inciting these people to keep talking back to you. You know, if you shout at somebody and they keep quiet, you lose power. They lose power, they can't continue shouting. So hopefully management, I know that our chairman doesn't really like these issues with match officials. He doesn't like us having a go at match officials. But I felt that last incident was absolutely out of order. And I hope that something will be done about it. I even said to him after the game, not fighting with him, I said to him, my brother, the least you can do is to apologize to Eva. You owe Eva an apology. He just walked out. So I was trying to finish it there on the field, but the man just walked out. So they have the power, they decide, nothing happens to them, they get suspended for 2 weeks, they come back, we get fired. That's life.
Thanks, Coach. Colleagues, do we have hands?
Maybe I can.
Do we have hands? Okay, can I say Upudi and then it comes with
If I'm not mistaken, Coach, Kwayiba wasn't involved today, but he did get picked for Hugo Bruce's preliminary squad. Just your thoughts on the selection and just how far he's come since you've taken over.
Yeah, the reason was not, we missed 3 players today from the last squad that played Golden Arrows. Kwayiba got a cut in that game just above his eye. The swelling has covered the eye, it has not come down, so the decision was taken yesterday that he would not travel because he was also experiencing headaches, so a risk of concussion. Until he had the same cut, but he managed to make it through. We lost Baraka Majohoro, he's got diarrhea for the past 2 days. We lost Ronaldo Marman, he's got flu. But I think for Chippa United and for Kwayiba, we are excited about his selection. But at the same time, it's a long way for him to go, you know. He hasn't been in the PSL for 18 months. I think what Hugo is showing is that there's potential. And if he can be consistent and improve, there is an opportunity for him to go to better places. He did well last season, but this season we feel that he hasn't really started on fire the same way he started last season. But we're happy for him, and we'll keep pushing him, and hopefully it's going to be difficult maybe now because he hasn't played this last game going into the break. But we appreciate that he's in that pool of players. We're excited for him. We're excited for Chippa United as a club to begin to have players recognized in the national team. And we will keep working and pursuing, and hopefully we can have more, not just at Bafana, but also in the junior national teams.
Coach, what do you make of the start? 10 points, you know, from these games. From my side, I can look at a healthy start for a club like Chippa, because normally they always struggling there at the bottom. But you are, I mean, prior to this game, we were third, and now they've dropped to number 15. I mean, to number 5. Sorry, to number 5. And then also, I mean, the next game will be against SuperSport. How emotional that will be, because it's a club that done so well for you. And why did you leave SuperSport? Maybe because you felt that there were no pathway for you to coach it. The senior team.
Let me start with the last question. I didn't leave SuperSport. SuperSport left me. SuperSport decided that they were restructuring. And unfortunately, I was amongst the people that, because I was with the youth academy, I was amongst the people that got retrenched, for lack of a better word. So I didn't really opt to leave SuperSport. It was a very difficult period for me personally, having spent 21 years in that club, having started the academy for that club. Never thought that I would find myself in that situation. But we learn in this football, you know. Your first question was?
The healthy start. I mean,
okay.
Always fight the fight at the bottom.
Yeah, I think it's been a positive start for Chippa. I think what we've pushed with the guys is because Chippa comes from a team that is recognized as a relegation team. It's important for us to prioritize results ahead of the play, you know. And then what we've done is we've divided the league into 6 blocks of 5 games. And we've set ourselves a minimum target of between 7 and 8 points for each block of throws from every 15 points. So in the first block, we've ended with Stellenbosch, we got 7 points. In the second block, we started with Golden Arrows, we are on 3 points after 2 games. And statistics in the PSL for the last 5 to 10 years will show you that if you get 40 plus points, you are in the top 8. 35 plus save you from relegation. So last season, I think we finished about 34, 35. This season, we're trying to go over the 40 mark. The position of the log at the moment is not priority to us. I think it's for the spectators. What is priority to us is to accumulate the points that we need in that block. The next game is SuperSport United. It will always be emotional playing against SuperSport United for both myself and Thabo September. But I think God has given us an opportunity. You know, they say when one door closes, another one opens. God has given us an opportunity at Chippa United, and we will forever be grateful to the Mpengesi family and the chairman for that. And now it's up to us to, with these players, to really put our hands up to show what we are capable of doing. So last season we played SuperSport, we beat them 2-0 in Pretoria. Hopefully we can repeat that, but it's going to be a tough game. Kevin is a top coach. SuperSport, a very organized team. And coming off a defeat again, we have to pick ourselves up in the next 3 weeks. So it's going to be a very, very tough game. But I think it's going to be one that is played in good spirit between the two benches, between the two coaches. One that is played with mutual respect for each other. And yeah, we take a break for now. We need to recover, we need to review our last games. And then maybe after a couple of days, we'll begin the preparations, not only for the SuperSport game, but for the remaining games for the year, because it's quite a tight schedule.